Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers last won a championship in 2020, and fans are already longing to shout, "We're champions again." Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was a key player on the roster in 2020, and it's being suggested that the Lakers re-sign him. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has playoff experience, and this could be a huge benefit to the Lakers. A successful trade suggestion brings back one of the fan favorites, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. A bold three-team trade between the Lakers, Heat, and Grizzlies could quietly reshape rosters and provide each franchise with pieces that better align with their current goals and roster construction. The Los Angeles Lakers have made it clear, this is now Luka Doncic's team. Every decision moving forward revolves around the Slovenian star, and that means building a roster that actually fits his style of play. He needs defenders who can cover for him on the other end, shooters who can stretch the floor, and big men who can screen, roll, and finish in the pick and roll. LeBron James is still around, but at this stage of his career, he's no longer at the center of the Lakers' long-term strategy. He may contribute, but he's no longer the reason moves are made. The front office is focused on finding players who complement Luka, not just names, but actual basketball fits. And the Lakers have indeed started building their roster with that vision in mind. They brought in DeAndre Ayton, who should be an excellent pick-and-roll partner for Luka, and added both Jake LaRavia and Marcus Smart, players who fit the mold of defensive-minded role players who can play without the ball and knock down open shots. But the real question is whether these additions will be enough. The idea is clear: surround Luka with tough defenders who don't need the ball and can punish defenses when left open. Is Marcus Smart the right fit for the Lakers? However, we have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, especially when it comes to Marcus Smart. Over the past few seasons, injuries have become a serious concern. In the 2023-24 season, Smart played just 20 games, and even in the 2024-25 campaign, he struggled to stay consistently healthy. On paper, he's exactly what the Lakers need, a high-level 3-and-D guard who can take on the toughest defensive assignments and space the floor for Doncic. But whether he can stay on the court long enough to make that impact remains a big question. He has been struggling with injuries even since he left Boston. In my opinion, the Lakers need at least one more player of that profile, especially in the case that Marcus Smart continues to struggle staying on the court due to his injuries. And if it were possible, instead of Smart, hypothetically, one player would be a much better addition than Marcus Smart. That brings us to a familiar face. As they were searching for tough 3-and-D role players who know how to play without the ball, the idea of bringing back Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was clearly there. However, since the arrival of Marcus Smart, things have changed a bit. The question remains whether Smart was the right move and if the Lakers have the right tools for the 2025-26 season to be competitive. KCP is the type of player who made a difference in the 2020 title run and who could quietly be one of the most important additions in this next chapter. Therefore, here is the three-team trade I proposed that is extremely interesting to analyze. Proposed Lakers Heat Grizzlies trade. Lakers receive Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Heat receive Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber. 2026 first-round pick, via Lakers. Grizzlies receive Andrew Wiggins. Lakers sign undrafted 23-year-old guard, Warriors standout Summer League performer. The Los Angeles Lakers completed 2 signings this week. In addition to inking a deal with Christian Coloco, the organization signed an undrafted 23-year-old guard who was a standout performer for the Golden State Warriors in the Summer League. The Los Angeles Lakers have signed guard Chris Manon to a 2-way contract, the organization announced Thursday. Manon appeared in 33 games, 26 starts, during the 2024-25 season for Vanderbilt University, averaging 6.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 1.7 steals in 18.2 minutes. His 54 steals on the season ranked 10th all-time in program history for most takeaways in a single campaign. Prior to suiting up for the Commodores, the 23-year-old played 3 seasons at Cornell University, 2021-24. The New Jersey native most recently competed for the Golden State Warriors 2025 Summer League team, appearing in both the California Classic and NBA 2K26 Summer League. Manon will wear jersey number 30 for the purple and gold. Manon entered the Summer League with much to prove. The New Milford, New Jersey native didn't hear his name called on draft night following a respectable collegiate career, forcing him to make his name for himself in the notable off-season event. Manon did just that, shining as a perimeter defender, shot blocker, while maintaining a plane of verticality, and a slasher. The Vanderbilt product averaged 11.0 points, 5.2 assists, 1.6 blocks, and 1.4 steals per game with the Warriors in 5 contests, shooting 50% from the field and 50% from 3. He didn't attempt many long-range jumpers. If Manon, who shot 30.4% from deep in college, finds a consistent stroke from beyond the arc in the big leagues, he could land a standard NBA contract in due time. Lakers must add 5-time All-Star forward to fill final 2025-26 roster spot. The NBA champion is reportedly begging to play in Los Angeles. April 28, 2023, Los Angeles, California, USA. Los Angeles Lakers Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka looks on prior to Game 6 of the 2023 NBA playoffs against the Memphis Grizzlies at Crypto.com Arena. Mandatory credit, Jane Camanancia Main Images. The Los Angeles Lakers shook things up this offseason following their opening round loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the 2024 NBA playoffs. The addition of DeAndre Ayton will shore up the issues the purple and gold faced at center following the trade that sent Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic. This was the team's top priority this summer, and they did a great job of addressing the need once Ayton became available. There were several other moves made to bolster the depth behind Doncic, Ayton, LeBron James, and the rest of the starting 5. With Jackson Hayes returning to back up Ayton, a role he is much better suited for, and Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, and second-round pick Adu Thiero joining the franchise as newcomers, Rob Pelinka has done plenty of work on this roster. Los Angeles has one open roster spot remaining, though, and a veteran big man with ties to LeBron is practically begging to end up in Los Angeles. Lakers must add Kevin Love to fill team's final 2025-26 roster spot. Kevin Love is a member of the Utah Jazz, for now, after being shipped to Salt Lake City by the Miami Heat as part of the multi-team trade that brought Norman Powell to South Beach from the LA Clippers. It would not be surprising to see Love bought out of his contract. A veteran of his stature should not be spending the final chapter of his NBA career on a team that is in the early stages of a rebuild. That scenario playing out makes the comments from NBA insider Jake Fisher worth paying attention to, as he reports Love is focused on finding his way to either Los Angeles or New York. But even if you're Love, if you're giving up a guaranteed situation with veteran minimum salary, I don't think you're going to sign the check or sign the paperwork to give up guaranteed millions of dollars until you have your next situation lined up. So with Love, to my understanding, he really only wants to be in the big glamour markets, Fisher stated. I do think it would mostly be something along the lines of Kevin Love going to a New York, a Los Angeles type of situation. So, we'll see if that can materialize for him. For decades, Lakers fans have heard about the allure of Southern California being something that will attract free agents. Here is an opportunity to prove that it still rings true in what would be a layup of a contract negotiation. That possibility of Love becoming available should be something that Pelinka is tracking. The fact of the matter is that the 15th man on the roster is typically not going to be depended on heavily. What Love could offer from a leadership perspective as a mentor to the team's younger players, as well as his familiarity with being on a roster that features James, would pay dividends. As Fisher noted, it makes no sense for Love to work on a buyout with Utah until he and his representation have his next destination all but lined up. Whether the Lakers still have an open roster spot at that point is what will truly determine what, if any, pursuit of Love they make. Love has every reason to be patient with his situation. At the same time, the Lakers must do what is best for the franchise. If a better potential addition presents itself, Los Angeles should do what it takes to get a deal done. The only thing that matters to fans of the purple and gold is building a championship-level roster, no matter who is on it. Lakers star Luka Doncic's Eurobasket plans receive update. Although he will soon be eligible to sign a lucrative contract extension, Los Angeles Lakers superstar Luka Doncic is committed to representing his country at Eurobasket this summer. Doncic, whom the Lakers acquired in February from the Dallas Mavericks, may be in the United States over the next week or so, possibly even overlapping when he officially becomes eligible for his extension. But it won't be for long, according to longtime NBA insider Mark Stein. The Lakers' Luka Doncic, I'm told, is scheduled to return soon to the United States for a long-planned Jordan Brand promotional tour for his signature sneaker line, Stein posted on X, formerly Twitter. He's expected to join Slovenia's national team in early August to begin Eurobasket preparations. Doncic reportedly has not prioritized signing the extension, which he can do as soon as August 2nd. ESPN reporter Tim McMahon said earlier this summer that he could see Doncic holding off on inking a new deal until after Eurobasket, which tracks with Doncic's past. He did not sign his extension with the Mavericks until August 10, 2021, 2 days after the conclusion of basketball portion of the Summer Olympics, in which Doncic and Slovenia participated. If Doncic indeed does wait to sign his deal until after Eurobasket, that means mid-September would be the most realistic time for his signature to finally hit paper. The premier European national team event begins August 27, with Slovenia starting the tournament the following day in Katowice, Poland. The group stage is split up between Katowice, Tampere, Finland, Riga, Latvia, and Limassol, Cyprus. The entirety of the subsequent 16-team elimination bracket will be hosted in Riga. The event is set to end on September 14, a little over 2 weeks before the start of Lakers training camp. Although there has been some doubt that Doncic, who was blindsided by being traded earlier in the year, would re-sign with the Lakers, it does appear as if the Slovenian star will do so. If not, then LeBron James' reported anger over the Lakers' purported preferential treatment of Doncic would be all for nothing. It would also almost certainly prompt mass chaos in the LA front office, which traded Anthony Davis and Max Christie in the Doncic deal and has since added DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia this offseason. Lakers' Bronny James might follow in Father LeBron's footsteps once again. The Lakers' second-year guard is rumored as a participant in this weekend's Drew League action. I've heard Bronny James, but nothing clear on that yet, Drew League Commissioner Dino Smiley told reporter Mark Medina. I heard Bronny might play, but nothing concrete. Earlier in the summer, there was talk about Dalton Knecht and Cam Christie playing. The Pro-Am League based in Los Angeles has had a number of stars through the years, including Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant and yes, LeBron. James first showed up to the Drew League in 2011. He returned over a decade later to score 42 points and grab 16 rebounds in a highly anticipated game. I think it would great if Bronny comes, Smiley said. It would be interesting to see how he matches up with these guys. It would be interesting to see. Since his dad played a couple of times down here, who knows, maybe he'll pop up there with him this weekend. If father and son both pulled up, that gym would erupt from the hype. Lakers' chances of trading for Magic forward who may clash with LeBron James revealed. The likelihood that the Los Angeles Lakers acquire an Orlando Magic forward was recently assessed by an NBA insider. Although the Los Angeles Lakers backcourt is full of talent, the forward and big man rooms could use some improvements to most effectively compete for a championship. There are plenty of proposals and rumors out there regarding possible frontcourt pieces the Lakers could acquire, including Orlando Magic center Goga Bitadze. Far fewer wings are discussed as viable options for LA, but a teammate of Bitadze was brought up in recent discussions. Inconsistent Magic forward Jonathan Isaac was evaluated as a trade target for the Lakers by insider Jovan Buha. I think he's available, Buha began. I think the big thing with Isaac is just the injury history at this point is extensive to the point of being alarming and concerning. There's also some off-court stuff with him that I don't know how that would go with LeBron James. Obviously, it's unclear how much the Lakers are factoring in his wants and needs. Buha went on to explain the other major problems with acquiring Isaac are his awkward fit alongside Jared Vanderbilt and lack of ability to stretch the floor. He added if Vanderbilt is moved in this deal or rerouted in a separate deal, there is a greater chance of this scenario taking place. The former number 6 pick is the longest tenured player on the Magic's roster, so the front office likely wouldn't part with him just due to his inability to stay healthy. Isaac has appeared in more than 70 games just twice in his 8-year career. Orlando would need to see real value on the table to send Isaac to the Lakers, who may not entertain acquiring the 27-year-old in the first place.